Hey, folks, welcome to Win Anyway Live. It is Tuesday night, late, late, late. Well, not as late as often, but anyway, my wife and I have a major, major difference. And it involves when our kids ask us things like, hey, let's go to the store. Let's get something. I need some ice cream. I want to get chips. I want to get drinks. And I say no most of the time. And then they just go to Christy, and Christy says no, and then no, and then no, and then yes. See, they know when I say no, I mean no. I have this boundary. I say no, and 95% of the time, my no stays no. With Christy, her no, oh boy, I went out of focus there. Her no becomes yes, depending on how long you chip away at her resolve, especially if you're a kid and you're cute and you do adorable things. And of course, I chip away at her occasionally myself. I will admit that. Setting boundaries is important. You've got to know how far you're willing to go so that you don't misuse your time, you don't misuse your resources, you don't give too much of yourself away at the wrong time. Now, this is the way we have been taught to think about boundaries most appreciably in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Set your boundaries, have your boundaries, hold to your boundaries. And that's against other people, I guess. But what about the boundaries we have here between these two ears, right up here? We oftentimes set boundaries for ourselves, and those boundaries can be limiting because a boundary can also be a limitation. A boundary can be, oh, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not going to spend that much money on this. I'm not going to risk too much to go after what I want. I'm not going to spend too much time chasing my dream. I don't think I can really achieve that. We set our boundaries, and those boundaries, which are meant to protect us, oftentimes don't just protect us, but prevent us from getting as far as we could go. I was on a call today briefly with a couple of experts and a bunch of people that were there to listen to them. And one of the experts talks about the fact that they get paid $15,000 to $20,000 when they speak. Now, the other expert hosting the call gets excited at 7,500, maybe gets 5,000. And the expert that gets paid more pointed out that the expert who thinks 5,000 to 7,500 is a lot is selling himself short, in that he has set these limitations despite the fact that he has the skills, he has all the credentials, he has all the experience, and he can deliver a fantastic presentation that will give his audience everything they need, more than he even promises. Because that's a limitation he has set for himself, according to the expert who is making $15,000 to $20,000 a speech. And I would have to agree. I don't think that the more well-paid expert is any better a speaker than the other guy. They're both at the very top echelon in terms of skills and ability to give value to their audience. I mean, they're different types of value, but it's still amazing value. But even as the well-paid expert was chastising the not as well-paid expert, the not as well-paid expert was talking about why they don't really go for the big money to a point, and essentially just setting his limitations again, reinforcing it. Now, I know exactly how that feels. I have spent much of my life just reinforcing my limitations in certain areas. In other areas, no. In other areas, I go for it. I never let my leg hold me back. I try not to let pain hold me back. I have always fought against people when they tell me that I can't do something. If anything, my limitations get set when people tell me that I can go further than I can even see myself going. And then I stop them. No, no. So I am, in a sense, just like the not quite as well paid speaker that I was talking about earlier. I almost need people to tell me, no, no, Rich, you can't do that. You'll never publish that book. You'll never catch up. You'll never become the speaker that you want to become. You'll never be that coach you want to be. You'll never be able to quit your job. You'll never be able to survive on your own. I need people to tell me that I can't in order for me to prove them wrong. Maybe I just need to prove myself wrong. What about your boundaries? Are they protecting you or are they preventing you? What are you stopping yourself from doing, from experiencing, from enjoying? Might be time to think about it as you go forward in your Win Anyway life. We'll see you tomorrow on Win Anyway Live.